subscribe. Tariq Radio. Watch and subscribe.
Yo, everybody good here. Shout out to everybody in here. Much respect to everybody. Shout out to everybody in here. Oh man. Let's get Rodrigo in here. Let's get Rodrigo, the Puerto Rican tether. Rodrigo, what's going on with you, man? Rodrigo, what's happening?
This is not Rodrigo.
Rodrigo. Now what's on your mind?
This is not me, but I just want to say that, the Umar situation, we're not going to beat up on him because he's the brother that tried to bring us together. Unlike you, that's causing division constantly. We want to help him. We want to donate to him in the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. What he's done for our community is much more better than the Hidden History Museum. And,
No, I donated to your school. I donated to the Gloria Estefan, Tito Puente, Ricky Martin, Speedy Gonzalez taco stand for boys. All right. So you should be happy. All right.
you should support Umar. You should not kick a brother when he's
I'm
down. And this is not the time.
not kicking him, sir. I'm not kicking him. I'm wishing him well, but it's just unfortunate, right?
Let's not make fun of him. Let's not even make light of the situation.
Right. Speaking of light, you being a white Hispanic, how do you feel about them celebrating the 50 what anniversary of hip hop? It's 51 or 52 years. It's the 51st year, something like that. It's the another
Approximately the 51st year, and like I always say, it's 50-50. I'm from the Bronx, and our contribution to hip hop can never be forgotten about. The
Yeah,
Latinos.
because you didn't do nothing. You came later, just like we proved in microphone check. So yeah, you ain't.
No. Hip hop started out in the park, and everybody was outside after dark, and the Puerto Ricans were there, the African
Over
Americans were.
there doing the damn salsa dancing and playing the congas. So you're right. Yeah, you were out.
Well, you're from Los Angeles, though. You can't speak on the
But
Bronx,
I'm
and
a foundational Black American, and I can speak on what other foundational Black Americans were doing, which was creating hip hop while you were eating an empanada, watching. Right? Hmm. Come on, Rodrigo. Unmute your microphone.
How many times do I have to tell you this is not Rodrigo? And second of all, you come from LA, you come from Los
Mhm.
Angeles. It's totally different, two different cultures. Bronx culture, New York culture. It's different than Los Angeles, where the Mexicans are running shit. They started the Zoot suits, they started the lowriders, the
Who
lumber.
started the Zoot suits? Who? And who started the lowriders? That's FBA stuff. The Zoot suits came from us. You know that.
No, because it's a Los Angeles culture. When I look at the Asians out in Korea, they're copying the Chicano culture, and that stuff that come from Chicanos. The Zoot suits, the lumberjacks, the Dickies, and the lowriders, and the Chuck Taylors. All of that come from the Mexican culture.
Nah,
We know this, Tariq. We know this.
we know that Zoot suits came from foundational Black Americans, and so did lowriders and customizing cars and all that. We've been doing that, right? Hmm? Come on, Rodrigo.
You have me muted, but no. The Mexicans, they have. That's always been their culture. Before they even came to Los Angeles, you can go to Mexico and see them with the lowriders. You can see them with all of the stuff they
What were they
have.
low riding in Mexico? Low riding a donkey? What were they low riding in Mexico? What are you talking about?
No, it's been there. It's always been their culture. This is what you don't understand. Trying to erase.
Riders in Mexico? What the hell? Let me get Ty Powell in here to talk to people. What low riding were they doing in Mexico? Ty Powell, what's up, brother?
Can you hear me,
Yeah, what's
Tariq?
up, brother?
This guy's a tether. The Zoot Suits came out of the 20s in Harlem.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's from the Bronx, which is a shithole out of all four boroughs, because I used to sell back in the day, in the 90s, I sold guns on West Fordham Road. So he's a lying tether.
Mm,
The Zoot Suits came out of Harlem, and I'll
there you
land.
go. There you go.
Well, if the Bronx is such a shitty borough, why do you claim culture? Our culture is hip hop. You're claiming our culture that comes from the Bronx. If it's such a shitty borough, why do you copy us? Why do the other boroughs copy us if that's the case? Everybody's rapping. Everybody wants to rap. Everybody wants to do graffiti. Everybody wants to break dance. This is our culture from the Bronx.
Rapping didn't come from the Bronx.
Rapping
Graffiti
did come
didn't.
from the
No,
Bronx. It did.
Graffiti didn't come from the
It
Bronx.
did. The culture developed in the Bronx, though. This is the culture that you guys are copying
Eh,
nationwide.
not really.
Yes,
And you're
really.
speaking about the
Yes, really.
Bronx, and then you want to try to speak about Los Angeles, and you really not really informed, man. Zoot suits is something that Hispanics adapted from Black American stars that couldn't get their clothes tailored, like Duke Ellington. Okay, people like that, they wore zoot suits way before the Mexicans started to pick up on them. Another thing with the lowriders, to make your car hop and go up and down, that came about in the late 50s by a dude named Big Red out of LA Compton Originals. So you got to know what you're talking about. Those were the first cars to go up and down and hop. Wasn't no damn lowriders in Mexico. The only thing Mexicans did was sandbag their cars, and that's not a modern day lowrider.
mm, mm,
But this, you know what this sounds like to me? It sounds like I'm black and I say so. You can't do this. It was good for the goose, it's good for the gander. You
I
have to have
just
some kind
gave
of
you a
proof.
name. I just
No, no, no,
gave
no.
you a
You have
name.
to have some
Big
kind of.
Red out of Compton Originals. Big Red, his wife coined the term lowrider in 1956 before Ron Argera, Bill Hines, all of those guys, before they were even customized lowriders. And those cars that the Mexicans claimed that Bill Hines and Ron Argera were doing were not lowriders, sir. Those were what we
So
call
how come?
bombs.
So my question is this: why did you let the Mexicans have this? You know, everybody knows the Mexicans for having their low riders and their zoo
Just
suits.
like black
Why?
music, black people pick up one, we put down one thing, and we move to something
right.
else. Just like music.
So you decide to pick it up once it's no longer popular. Once we popularize it, the
No,
Latinos, you decide to
no,
pick it up. Once it gains traction, I get
no.
it now.
No, some assholes at Lowrider Magazine decided to center Hispanics for lowriding because they popularized the magazine, Lowrider Magazine, and they started to redefine the narrative and say that Hispanics, this is a Hispanic thing, and it wasn't. So black people are coming out. Just we're just speaking the truth,
Hmm.
but black people ain't running around the country, running around to go get a lowrider. That's something that certain blacks did, and we put down. Now, just like soul music, Mexicans today, we got 13 and 14-year-old Mexicans listening to soul music from the 60s on a daily basis. Black kids ain't listening to that. It's things that black Americans do. We're just so great at we put it down, and other people, they still trying to pick it up and mess with it. And they don't know what to do.
Hmm.
Well, that's not the fault of the Latinos or anything that your culture is so faddish. Like even when I was growing up, the cats in New York, they didn't want to wear Jordans anymore. Everybody wanted Gucci. Everybody wanted Pradas. And the Latinos, we kept our Jordans, and they were mad at us saying that we were copying you guys, but you guys are so faddish. You guys put things down, and you expect others not to pick it up.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. All right,
Thank
Tariq.
you, fellas. Yeah, Rodrigo just babbling. Yeah, well, Rodrigo, you've been rocking them penny loafers, them Puerto Rican penny loafers, well, since the 1930s. So that just because y'all stick with one thing and we create, that's a part of our foundational Black American nature, our spirit. We create a lot of things, sir. So that's how we get at. It.
But you guys can't take credit from us. Hip hop was created 50-50 in the Bronx. We created doo wop. We created a lot of genres, pertinent genres that you guys use. It comes from us. And also the soul music, I want to add to that. The soul music comes from the indigenous communities on the reservations because, I acknowledge that you guys had an ethnogenesis with the North Americans and everything, but you guys are also African. The Africans don't sing with the church voices and, the big bravado with the voices and stuff like that, but the Native Americans do. That's a commonality that you guys took from the Native Americans, the church voices.
Okay, he just saying shit. He just saying anything at this point. I ain't want to. I won't even dignify that horse shit. He don't even believe that. So let me move on. I won't even dignify that horse shit with a response. All right. So let me get some more folks in here. Yeah, yeah, that's called just saying shitisms. He just saying anything. All right, let's get Black Saturn in here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for what you do.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that dude Rodrigo, there's cats like late 60s, early 70s. They can tell you straight up, all them Spanish dudes would knock the shit out of their kids for hanging with black kids.
Mm-hmm.
That's just fact, absolute fact. And breakdancing, in the beginning, Hispanics called it, what was it, Moreno style, something like
Right.
that. Well, that's all I wanted to say.
Thank,
Just thank
thank you. I appreciate you. And this is why it's important for us to gatekeep stuff. See, like our brother C Killer said, man, we create things and we'll put it down and we create something else. That's how phenomenal we are as foundational Black Americans. But we have to start gatekeeping our stuff because we do so much phenomenal things. We can like, yeah, we could just create more stuff. We're innovative. We don't trip on things. Hey, yeah, you can have that. Uh, But the thing is, we got to start gatekeeping and letting folks know where things come from, just like with hip hop. That's why we did microphone check to stop all of those damn lies. And we did. We stopped them lies in its tracks. We should have stopped the low riding lies and the zoot suit lies too, because again, a lot of people, even though Rodrigo, he's trollish, a lot of people will try to attribute the zoot suit culture to Hispanics, and it came from foundational Black Americans out of Harlem. You see. So we have to let folks know where they get this stuff from. We have to protect brands, and this is why folks try to trademark shame us. You damn right we trademark and stuff. You're not going to trademark shame me or others. You damn right. We create some stuff and it catches on. Yeah, we gatekeeping the hell out of it. Yeah, we trademarking shit and everything. We ain't about to let a bunch of tethers steal shit no more. Those days are over. See that we've been letting folks take too much stuff. That's some shit that came out of slavery, where we created all of this stuff and people ran to go patent it and trademark it, and we've never gotten credit for a lot of stuff. No, enough of that. We got to put our mark down on certain things. All right, let me get RJ in here. RJ, the Democrat shield tether. And RJ, I see you be commenting on the YouTube channel. It's clearly you who's making like real trollish comments because the comments are worded just like the way you be saying shit. So yeah, you need to cut that out because I know it's you trolling in the comment section on the YouTube channel just by the way it's worded because you be saying certain phrases that don't nobody else say. So go ahead, RJ.
Yo, you talking to me?
I'm talking to your ass. Yes, you be trolling in the comment section on YouTube.
On
Yeah,
YouTube? I don't have time for
yeah,
that.
you do. You
Who's
call here every damn night, so you got time for that. You got time for all your trolling. So what's the new Democrat? What's the new
uh,
Democrat Shield talking points?
well, no. Well, first of all, I'm not doing no commenting on YouTube. That's for the birds. And secondly, did you see that the foot traffic? I'm reading the article now. It says the foot traffic down 9% at American Eagle following Sydney Sweeney ad controversy. Right, traffic fell for both weeks since the campaign dropped.
Right, right.
So,
It went up
yeah,
for Beyonce. It went up.
yeah, exactly. Because racists and fascists, they don't understand that like most of the world are centrist to liberal, especially the West. So they think they can just appeal to the Elon Musk trollish demographic, and that'll be their come up.
Right.
No, most of the world are normal. Like they think they're still in Nazi Germany and everyone's believing Nazi propaganda. No, bro. It's you go fascist, you go broke.
Right. I know that. I
You
know
know,
that's a very niche audience. That hardcore far right.
exactly.
Yeah, I know. I'm familiar. You're preaching to the choir.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just telling people who are still in that mindset, thinking in Trump and Elon still have the juice. No, most people are normal. Most people are not nutters and loonies. But yeah, are there still National Guards in DC? Is that still
Yeah, they're
a thing?
out there harassing the shit out of black people out there, majorly.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
You see, that's called the Imperial Boomerang. the imperial boomerang is when you export your fascism and your militaristic mentality out to other people, to immigrants, to Gaza, to Iraq, Iran, then you eventually bring it home. It will boomerang and backfire to your own citizens, because once you build up that sentiment, that hate, you'll eventually implement it on your own people. So when you even Dr. King said it, whatever, any bomb that blows up in Vietnam explodes in America. Dr. King said
Yeah,
that,
but
you
we're
know.
used to it. They started on us first. The first bombs that the U.S. dropped was right here on black people in Tulsa. That's the first time a bomb was dropped on citizens in this country. They dropped it on black people in Tulsa. So we're used to that. So we're not tripping. We already knew what was up.
Well, I don't like that argument that we're used to it. Like, how far does that go? So if they kill every black person and there's one black guy left, he can just say, "I'm used to it." No, something has to
Yeah,
stop.
you don't like it because you're not from our lineage. This is new to you. You don't like the audio. Yeah, this is new to you being targeted.
Because there's no progressive point from there. That's just saying, I'm used to abuse. I'm used to
We're
trauma.
not
That's not
we're
anything.
not tripping on it. It's a continuous thing. This is why we continue to fight white supremacy. That's why we say we don't really relax. We know when white supremacy is going to circle back and do some bullshit. So we're psychologically ready for it. That's what we're saying too.
Yeah, my point is that, like, don't just think, oh, they're attacking or targeting other people. I shouldn't care about it. They're gonna bring it back
Right.
home. They're gonna
No,
bring all that technology, all those strategies they used against other
this
people, and use it against you.
Okay, but the thing is, what we're doing, we did the right thing by conserving our damn energy. All right, because we knew the shit might circle back on us. That's why foundational Black Americans were sitting down, conserving our damn energy. And it was justifiable because we knew some bullshit. We saw all the shit that was going on and people trying to get us to join all the immigration thing. Like, no, we need to conserve energy because when some shit happens to us, ain't nobody coming to help us at all. So we
Hey,
all
during the 60s and 70s, the Panthers didn't conserve energy. Dr. King didn't conserve energy. Malcolm X traveled to Africa. Like, they cared about everyone across the board. So this
they use their energy to fight what was going on over here. They use their energy for that. So
they fought inland and across the seas. So they didn't just have a selfish isolationist
it
mentality.
wasn't
All the
selfish. It wasn't selfish at all. But the thing is, we're not going to go out here and extend ourselves for people who are not reciprocating. You understand? We're not going to do that. We're not doing no one-sided fight. Because listen, what's going on right now? Black folks in DC are being targeted. Where the fuck are the Democrats? They ain't saying nothing about it. They're not condemning the anti-black targeting right now, are they?
they
No,
are.
they're
I don't
no, they're
know.
not. No, they're not. They're not condemning that.
Yes, they are. Especially the
They're
leftists.
just talking, oh, Trump is bad, Trump is bad, Trump is bad, but they're not calling out the specific anti-black targeting that they're doing. They're not saying shit about that. They're not. So we're not going to lie. All right, let me get you out of here because let me address this. Don't start lying. Let's stop bullshitting. The Democrats have not said, hey, this anti-black targeting that's happening, that's not cool. They're just talking about, oh, Trump has these federal troops out here. Oh, these federal troops are bad. But what are they doing? Talk about what the federal troops are doing. See, when the ICE agents were in the streets, they were like, "Oh no, we got to protect the immigrants. Oh, we got to have some money for the immigrants." They were very specific about who was being targeted. We have to help these immigrants. We're going to allocate money for these poor immigrants. We're going to do this for these immigrants. They're not doing that now. Now that black people, innocent black people are being targeted, the Democrats are sitting around kind of twiddling their thumbs about it. Don't you get it twisted. Democrats ain't doing shit. And the tethers are out there co-signing the damn police. Oh, come on now. Have y'all seen some of the little interviews? I done seen a couple of interviews. They didn't put the camera out there in people's faces, and some of the tethers are out there. "Oh, yeah, some of this crime. I'm glad they are going to stop this crime. That's why we're justifiably conserving our damn energy. I'm glad we conserved our energy. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, See, black energy, it's not infinite, it's sacred. Foundational Black Americans, man, we have historically poured endless energy into every justice movement in America, from abolition to civil rights to immigrant rights. So our struggle has always been the blueprint. But energy is not infinite, man. That's our spiritual capital. So conservation of that energy is about survival. That ain't selfish. Damn that. We conserving that because we knew what was going to possibly happen. And we've seen the pattern. We show up for others and then we get nothing in return. Time and time again, foundational Black Americans, we show up for these marginalized groups and then we get forgotten when it's time for people to step up for us. We get ignored and then disrespected when we need some damn support. So we already know we're going to have to be on our damn own. So we're saving up all our energy. Yeah, we're not the default soldiers for every struggle. See, there's this unspoken expectation that foundational Black Americans, we got to automatically rally for everybody else's cause. So that expectation is rooted in anti-Blackness. See, our energy has become basically exploited labor in the marketplace and in social justice. That ends now. And we've learned that nobody's coming to save us. See, during the ICE raid, see, the Democrats, they demanded Black support. They kept talking all this coalition language and trying to shame us and all of that. Now, Black folks, innocent Black people are just being run up on down in DC. These Democrats ain't saying nothing about that. They're not condemning Black people being targeted. They're not. They are not. That's why we conserved our energy. So our energy has to be reserved for our strategic self-defense. We can't afford to be fatigued when our own survival is on the line. We out here getting beat up and bruised, fighting for everybody else. And then when we're attacked, we all punch drunk. We can't do nothing. You see, no, no, no. We saved our energy. Yeah. Our mental energy, physical energy. So strategic energy conservation, that allows you to be alert. It allows you to be organized. It allows you to be responsive when the white supremacist inevitably turns its violence onto us. So we're ready. We psychologically ready. Yeah. We didn't let ourselves get all fatigued and worn out because we knew what y'all were gonna do. We get all punch drunk and we all woozy fighting for your ass. And when these folks turn on us, y'all gonna sit right there and join them. I done seen so many videos of tethers up here co-signing these federal agents running down in DC. Yeah, come on now. So listen, preservation of our cultural immune system is very important. Every generation of Black Americans, man, we've been hit with different forms of psychological, political, and social warfare. So that energy conservation, that's part of a cultural immune response. So it allows us to basically pass down our strength rather than get burnt out. So that energy conservation, that's a form of resistance. See? Refusing to be drained, distracted, emotionally manipulated by performance politics. See, that's a revolutionary act. And that shifts the center of gravity back to foundational Black American interest. So conservation is not withdrawal, it's a strategic return to self. So yeah, we need our energy right now. Yeah, I saw some of these Fed agents. It's not about crime at all. Let's stop all that bullshit. It's not about no fighting crime because they're out there just. It was some. I saw some people in D.C. at home sitting on their porch, and about 10 damn federal agents walked up on them. Yeah, can I see some ID? And the brother's like, no, I'm at home. Seeing some ID. And the brother was, I guess, smoking a cigarette, and then one of the race soldiers was lecturing him about smoking a cigarette. Now that's not weed, is it? Now because you can own such and such grams and ounces of weed, and then no, it's a cigarette, brother. And so the cop was like, yeah, well, warn all your buddies that we out here, and well, okay, this is at somebody's house. This is some Black folks just sitting at home, so they're just strategically running up on innocent black people. This isn't about preventing crime. This is like some racial occupation that they have. So yeah, we expect it to come. So this is why psychologically we're ready. We got our minds right. And when they try to expand, it's, we got people got their minds right. But it's going to be very interesting out here because yeah, people, that's a sign of desperation coming from this Trump administration right now. This is a sign of desperation. You dig? This is a sign of desperation. This is not a sign of strength. Running around here with these federal troops basically trying to instigate stuff because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to instigate something. And the thing is, that's a sign of weakness. That is a sign of weakness. They're operating. That means that all of their plays that they've tried, it ain't working. So this is a last ditch resort, which is a bad optic. So yeah, this is not going to work out for them. But it works out for us because open white supremacy is better than this covert white supremacy. You understand? Open white supremacy, that's what we need. We don't need all of that hiding behind melanated faces. See, let me tell you something. That's why the tethers, they wanted to be the buffer class. See, they wanted to hide white supremacy behind tethers. We would get the same result. We would have got smashed on anyway. But the thing is, if the smashing is being done with a tether face on it, it would be hard for us to complain. You understand? We couldn't say nothing like, well, you got it can't be white supremacy. There's a black person right there who's the leader. There's a black person who's your president or your vice president. There's a black person who's the running the Congressional Black Caucus and all your leadership groups. So it's a black person. So it's hard for you to call it out when they put a black face on it. They can hide behind that black face. They got your ass. But no, when you put a white face on white supremacy, you see what it is. There's no illusion. Ain't no illusion. You see exactly what it is. And when you see it for what it is, then you can start thinking strategically. You can start thinking realistically. There's a real sense of urgency there. You're not under any illusion. And that's the kind of white supremacy they do not want to have. You're not supposed to have open, blatant white supremacy. People will form a defense against it. I like open white supremacy as opposed to covert white supremacy. I don't like no white supremacy, but if we're going to get it, bring it to me raw, bring it to me real, bring it to me open so that everybody can understand it, so everybody can get on code. You see? Because too many people get confused about covert white supremacy. You get confused about a melanated face. You get confused about a Kamala Harris who would have been way worse. She would have been worse because we would have gotten the same results and we couldn't say shit about it. Just like under Obama. Y'all saw the hell that we were going through under Obama. And the excuse people kept saying, remember, the streets were on fire under Obama. People getting shot left and right by race soldiers, riots, and uprising all over the place. That's when the whole Black Lives Matter movement and all that shit, all of that was under Obama. And the thing is, what did white people say? What racism? Your president is black and your DOJ is black. What racism? So that gave them plausible deniability. Ain't no how are we a racist nation and we got a black president? Huh? We got a black president. How in the world are we a racist nation? You guys are just making it up. You know? So yeah, that psychological mind game, mm-mm, it messes people up when they put a melanated face on it. No, no, this is great because now it wakes folks up. Let's get Anubis in here. Anubis in the building. Well, my dog's loud as hell. Anubis, what's up, Anubis? All right, Anubis ain't saying nothing. All right, let's get some more People in the building. All right. Y'all raise them hands if you're ready. Let's get K2. Let's get K2 in the building. K2, hop on in.
You hear me?
I can hear you. What's up, K?
Hey, how you doing tonight?
I am good. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm up here struggling with this damn homework, you know what I'm saying, online. And so I'm like, dang, I've been trying to get on here with you. I had to run to I don't even know the topic. I just jumped on. But look, this is what I want to say though. But it's crazy to me how it's really crazy how like the African folks are still like we used to be representing them back in the day. We was wearing all them African clothes and stuff and look, you know come on now. They come to find out they don't like us. But this what I want to say is the most important thing to me is that why nobody came and rescued us. They ain't send no they ain't send no crew to come rescue the people like that they sold all of it. And then they didn't have a message in a bottle. Nobody ain't give a damn, like, you know, but like, oh, why would we want to even if that's all what it is? We don't want to be associated with nobody. They like y'all sold us off and disrespectful. Why would y'all done? But I just don't feel like that. Like, if let me say something to me, please, because I'm not understanding like why these people feel so privileged to act like we I don't know, man.
I
Like,
feel what you said.
you feel
I
me?
feel a lot of people just feel like we're obligated to step up for all of their causes, but they just won't step in for us. And that's been the problem. This is why, again, I'm glad we're conserving our energy strategically. So that's what it is. But anyway, let me get up out of here because I gotta get my kids ready for school in the morning, ladies and gentlemen. So it's been real, ladies and gentlemen. All right, y'all go to hiddenhistorymuseum.com, get the book, Hidden Heroes from A to Z. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good book, Hidden Heroes from A to Z. Get Microphone Check. Y'all get the movie Microphone Check because this week is the anniversary of hip hop and like the 51st anniversary. So a couple of people are trying to poke their heads out to lie, and everybody's been slicing their asses down with facts because Microphone Check gave you the blueprint to shut down any lie about the creation of hip hop, all of that Caribbean, Puerto Rican shit. All of that can be easily shut down. If you watch Microphone Check, you can shut all of that horse crap down. We're not letting them get 1 inch of that lie out no more. You see, those checking lies is very important, ladies and gentlemen, in gatekeeping culture. All right. So go to microphonecheck.com, get the film. It's a phenomenal film, the best documentary on hip hop ever. Microphone Check, microphonecheck.com. Also get the Rootwork deodorant at rootworkstyle.com. Rootworkstyle.com, ladies and gentlemen. Rootworkstyle.com. All right. I'm up out of here, guys. Puppy Akute, Lolo Movie to the family. Peace.
Yo, Pac, is that you?
Ain't the reunion we wanted, but it's the one we getting.
Yo, this crazy as hell. Whole bunch of people said you were still alive.
Nah, I ain't say all that. Go watch the full episode on the Neo Matrixology YouTube channel.
And cop that Historical Black America's book on Amazon.